Well, with just a few short weeks before NOBO season starts, in this episode, we're going to talk about the miracles that the trail maintainers are doing out there on the trail and how much of the trail is cleared, and really more appropriately how little of it that has to go to be cleared. We got some intros for 2025 hikers that I'm excited to hear from them and to share that with you. And we even got a Sobo hiker that gives us an update that's literally a few minutes old on how things are on the trail and have been for her journey. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So first off, let me introduce you to a couple hikers that have sent in their introductions. And we got Jeff, Sarah from Massachusetts, and they're also hiking with, I believe, Jeff's sister, Michelle, and she's from North Kakalaki. So they're going to be starting 14th or 15th, and they send in their intro video.
Hello, Ramdino. Sarah and Jeff here. We live in Western Massachusetts, and we will be attempting a NOBO through hike of the AT beginning in mid-February of 2025. My sister Michelle, who lives in North Carolina, is also going to join us. We will be posting daily videos on our YouTube channel, LT Hikes. And if anybody wants to follow us, please sign up for our channel. Ramdino, we appreciate you. We've been watching you for several years now. And we've enjoyed your channel, and we appreciate everything you've done and continue to do for the trail and the trail community.
And then we got a husband and wife team and a fur baby team of David and his wife, plus their dog Bandit. And they're going to be hiking NOBOs starting from Springer in February.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. We have a big announcement we're making today.
We're going to hike the Appalachian Trail in 2025. We're going to start in February. We're going to start up at Springer Mountain in Georgia and hike all the way to Katahdin in Maine.
It'll be me, my husband, and our dog Bandit. Bandit will be blazing the way for us.
You can't see Bandit right now. He's hiding down here. We'll put up a picture of him. He likes to do that sometimes.
We'd like for you to follow along with us, enjoy our journey, meet the people we meet, and let's have a good time.
So if you want to follow us, we are at Gen X Adventure Tales on YouTube. And just hit the like and subscribe button, and we would like to see you along the way.
Well, he ain't from around these parts, at least the southern Appalachian mountains. As you can tell by his mispronunciation of the Appalachian Trail, pronouncing it Appalachian. Ugh. So we'll hopefully get that corrected by the time he gets on trail. And then we got Jedi on his flip-flop. He's going to be starting in March from Damascus. He is also a trail maintainer with the Eastman Hiking Club, and he is out there busting it on the trail. And we also got another one from the Eastman Club, Tie-Dye. He's going to be starting. But let's go ahead and hear from Jedi.
Hello, Ramdino. This is Jedi. I'll be through hiking the Appalachian Trail this year, 2025. I'll be starting in Damascus, heading north, and then in the fall come back and finish it up from Georgia to Damascus. I'm part of the Tennessee Eastman Hiking and Canoeing Club, and today we're a little bit north of Moreland Gap Shelter doing some trail work. It's tough work, but we're getting through it. Hopefully I'll see you on the Foothills Trail. Bye for now. Have a really great rest of your day. Bye.
Hey, Jedi, that's awesome. Thanks a lot for all you're doing out there on the trail to help get the trail ready for not only yourself, but for everybody else coming through. You guys are doing an awesome job, and we greatly appreciate that. And then we got Victoria. She is going to be hiking NOBO from Springer.
I'm from Virginia, and I have been planning to do the through hike for over a year now, following Mama Bear and Little Bear. I have a family nickname of Mama Bear, but that name's already taken. So I'm going to wait and see what the trail brings to me. But I'm going to be starting from Amiclola. I'm going to be northbounding. I'm going to be heading out in February. I figured 65th birthday on the 100th anniversary of the AT. I can't think of a better reason to get on the trail. Anyways, I'm excited, and I can't wait to meet you all. And okay, I think my time is up right now, so hopefully I covered everything I needed to cover. I hope to see you on the trail.
Victoria, you don't need to worry about it. The trail can take 2 mama bears out there, and if that's not something you want to do, but and just keep in mind that there are people that have multiple people that have the same trail name throughout the course of the hiking season. So don't let that be a concern to you. But if you don't want that, then don't worry about it. The trail will provide. I guarantee you that. And then we got April and Uncle Bill. They're going to be starting from Springer on February 14th.
We are in Pasadena, Maryland, on the Boy Scout trails behind our marina.
A marina?
Yes, we live on a sailboat.
What's your hiking plan?
All right, this is the big day. We're officially going to be hiking the AT in 2025. And because we love each other so much, we're starting on Valentine's Day. Can't wait to get to the top. Woo!
All right, later, y'all. You got to start calling me Uncle Bill.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that feels really wrong.
And then Raz sends in his intro, and he's going to be doing the approach trail, and he's going to start at Nobo in February.
The name is Raz. I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail 2025. I will start in February the 17th. That's when I'm going to step off from Spring. I'll be there 2 days prior at the lodge. I'll actually do the approach trail the day before. So I'm going to go Nobo. I can be followed on YouTube. My channel is Raz Out Wandering Not Lost. That's Raz Out Wandering Not Lost. Okay, that's it. So happy hiking, and I will see you down the trail, and look me up on my page. Thank you very much.
Scrooge, he is in starting Nobo in early March, and he sends in his vid.
Hey Ramdino, this is Scrooge out here walking in Southern Oregon by the coast here at New River. Just wanted to let you know that I'm planning on heading down to Atlanta and then up to Helenevolunteer Falls in early March to begin a Nobo hike of the Appalachian Trail, and looking forward to heading up despite all of the issues on the trail. If I need to stop and help out, I will, but looks like people are doing a great job out there, and I wanted to give a shout out to you for giving all your updates for all of us over here on the left coast and letting us know how things are coming along. We'd sure like to be out there to help, but it's kind of inspired by this year's journey as I turned 67 in January. Be the same age that Grandma Gatewood was when she started her Sobo hike back in 1955. But join me on Hiking with Scrooge out on YouTube, and you can follow me there and my journeys of the Pacific Crest Trail last year and the year before, and the Oregon Coast Trail.
Then we got Canadian Bacon, going to be starting February 1st at Helenevolunteer Falls State Park, obviously doing the approach trail. Let's hear from you, Canadian Bacon.
Hey Ramdino, Canadian Bacon here. Just finished up the 3-day shakedown hike, so everything is back in its appropriate bin and awaiting a repack for a February 1st start at Helenevolunteer Falls. So thanks for everything that you do. If folks are interested in following the YouTube, my YouTube channel is at Canadian Bacon 2454, and Instagram is Hiking for Miracles. I'm raising money for the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. So that's my goal. When folks donate, it goes to their local hospital. So that's awesome. And yeah, see you on the trail.
And Wolfie, he has just finished the Allegheny Trail, and he's going to be starting, looks like, on January 1, so just around the corner. Go ahead.
Hey, Rambino, Wolfie here. It is December 10th, 12:15 p.m., and I'm about to celebrate. I'm on the 3rd day of my last shakedown trail before I start the AT on January 1st. And I just finished the Allegheny Trail, and I've just put my first steps on the Appalachian Trail, which will be short-lived until January 1st. Anyway, I appreciate everything you do. Catch you when I start the AT. Later.
Then we got Walker. Walker is going to have a great hike, and he looks like he's going to be one of the more dynamic folks we got out there on his channel. And also, he is lower than the average or the median of our age group. So great to see some young folks chiming in out here. Walker, talk to us.
I sure am hungry. What do we got? Oh my gosh, it's Ramdino's delicious Appalachian Trail treats. Yes, please. What's up, Ramdino? My name's Walker, and I'm going to attempt to hike the Appalachian Trail 2025, starting at Springer, heading to Maine. And if you want to follow my journey, just head on over to Walker Walk 606, YouTube and Instagram, America.
Well, Walker may be a little short in the tooth, but I'm sensing some coolness of Ray Charles coming in from him out there. So I'm excited to see how things are going with him. And then we got Zpacks. So Zpacks had to get off trail. He had to get off trail there. Got off for the holidays there at Front Royal. But he's going to be getting back on in January 3rd. And he's on his flip-flop starting there at Caledonia State Park. So he's heading south right now. Then when he gets to Springer, he'll flip back up and head on up to Katahdin. So that's awesome. Glad to hear from all those folks.
Yep, ain't nothing worse than working on a trail trying to clear it out and have an electrolyte deficit. Being low on electrolytes can just kill your whole day and you can't work near as long. That's why I use Element Drink Mix. It's got 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Everything you need to get you back in shape, to keep you in shape, keep you working on the trail. It's got no sugar in it, nothing to bog you down. It goes well with any diet, whether you're eating snacks on the trail or paleo or vegan back home. It goes with all of us. And right now, you can go to drinkelement.com/Ramdino. That's DRINKLMNT.com/Ramdino. And you can get you a free sample pack with any order. And they got a lot of samples out there and a lot of flavors you're gonna love. So go to drinkelement.com/Ramdino. Hey, it's gonna get you down the trail. It's gonna help you keep your wood up. Go and get you some.
If you're a 2025 hiker out there and you hadn't sent me in your intro, please do that. The different links down below, email, DMs through Instagram or Facebook work great. And if you're a 2025 and you haven't added yourself to my support list, the link to do that is down below as well. And if you're part of the hiking community wanting to follow along with hikers, the link to that support list and all of their social media are down below as well. So glad to have everybody participating in that. Thanks a lot for that. It is looking like it's going to be a great season. So registrations right now. So we've got NOBO registrations. We're up around 1,040, so we breached that 1,000 mark. We still, flip-floppers, we're at 69, and Subo, we gained a few there at 40. So right now we are up 53 registrations from last week, from 1,096 to 1,149. So historical data shows that is down about 60% from 2021, which was our highest year so far that we've been tracking. And that was probably due to the pent-up demand from COVID. But now we are down 17% from last year. So we'll see how that holds. We have been on a downward curve now for the last few years, particularly after 21, and then 22 when we did have a big year then. But again, that was from pent-up demand and people getting off trail for COVID. We do have several on our support list that are starting January 1. So we got Fancy Pants is starting, Wolfie's starting, Warhammer starting, and Greystoke is starting. So looking forward to all their updates and their stepping off picture and videos and everything. So you through hikers out there, if you want to send me once a week or however often you're comfortable with doing a quick 30-second video or just a selfie of you somewhere, wherever you're at, and let us know how things are going on the trail. We care about you, and we want to support you all the way throughout your journey. So you folks out there, the hiker community, go and check them out. They're already dropping videos now, and give them a attaboy, a attagirl, or attathey, whatever it is. And just let's keep them pumped up all the way out there. And then you can do me a favor, so help me to get to 50,000. I want to get to 50,000 subscribers in 3 months. And the reason is not to build the channel for building the channel's sake, but to build it to reach more people and bring more people into the hiker community, get more people out there that can support the hikers that are on trail, and also supporting the trail maintainers. So that's been a reoccurring theme now in my videos for really the last month or 2 months, is that how bringing the trail maintainers and hikers together as one group. And I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to be interviewing some folks from trail maintainers and trail clubs out there. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. But if you could help me build that, and you can do that by subscribing and hitting that bell, leaving a comment or a thumbs up, and going and sharing this with like-minded folks. So no point in sharing it with somebody that doesn't have anything to do with hiking, because they're not going to watch the channel anyway, and that actually hurts the algorithm. So some news we got out there. Of course, the trail is getting more and more cleared every day. It's awful exciting to see how much it does get cleared. So every week, I have a spreadsheet there that shows you exactly what has been cleared, what's been passable, and then what is unpassable here. So that is dwindling down now. So the red areas get smaller and smaller each week. The trail clubs that are mainly impacted have been the Carolina Mountain Club, Mount Rogers Appalachian Trail Club, and the Tennessee Eastman Hiking Club. And so right now the CMC Trail Club, they are working their way from Spivey Gap to Whistling Gap, and they have almost got that knocked out. They say they'll have that knocked out by Monday. And what that means is that will be the last of their section that has been devastated by Hurricane Helene. So now that they've punched through, they can go back and start working on all these root balls and all these other things. And they have been working on root balls, as have all the clubs as they go. But now they can go and concentrate that in earnest. And now that the trail's passable, they can start making improvements on the trail. But this is a section there where they were going from Spivey Gap to Whistling Gap, which is Nobo 331 to 333. And this is some of the densest blowdown that I have seen yet online in anybody's pictures. It's just amazing how many trees. I mean, you got people here that are walking on top of logs that are 3, 4, 5 logs deep in there. And then, of course, walking through the trail, you've got it where they're 4 deep and head high in some places. So it's just amazing to me that you get in there with these tree trunks that are all in a bind. I mean, huge 24, 36-inch caliper trees that are all in a bind, that if you don't saw that right, that thing could let go and it could kill somebody, literally. So these guys are actually in there putting their life at danger by cutting some of these trees, and you can see the tight quarters. You get in there with a blade that's spinning at 6,000 RPMs off a 3-horsepower chainsaw, and something goes awry and that thing gets into your leg or arm or somebody else, they've got to play it safe up there. So thanks a lot, guys, for doing that. Those are some awful, dangerous situations you're in, but thanks a lot for caring enough about the hiker community to get in there and do that. And then I also heard back from the Mount Rogers Appalachian Trail Club. So, of course, last week we put out, it's open all the way from Elk Garden now down to the Tennessee, Virginia state line. And that's the bulk of their section through there. So that means it's pretty much open all the way from Hughes Gap and actually beyond Hughes Gap, which is on the south side of Mount Rogers, all the way up to Maine, unless there's something up north that's closed down. So that is awesome. They are having to do with root balls. So just in one section alone, they got about 30 root balls that have to be repaired. And they've also got some blowdowns that are so tangled up that the ATC has told them not to tackle those, that they're too complicated for sawyers to get in there. So while all of that is dangerous and everything, I don't know that I've ever heard of that before. So, but I'm sure they're going to do whatever they're told to do in there. And so, if it's that unsafe, then they don't need to be doing it. I asked, what is the choice in if they're not going to use, if they're not going to cut those down, and they said a reroute. So a reroute would be limited to just right around whatever that blowdown is. It wouldn't be a wholesale blowdown. I also heard from our Sobo Toppy, who I've kind of been in touch with here recently, and hopefully we'll be updating you on her progress the whole way. But she came through the Elk Garden area, and she indicated that it was very passable. So she came through there with no problems, and really all the way to she's in Rome Mountain now, so all the way there has been good. She hadn't seen any washouts from any major bridges that are, the backwood bridges where you're crossing over creeks and streams. She hadn't seen any of that. She says the two biggest things are the root balls that have taken up the trail, and of course the blowdowns. And so she still had to work through some blowdowns coming from the Tennessee-Virginia state line down into Wilbur Dam Road, which is in the Watauga Lake area. So that is a wilderness area that they are using crosscut saws, not power chainsaws in there. And so that's going to take longer for them to finish that. She did say the big trestle there, where the Creeper Trail and Appalachian Trail, the 0.6 of a mile there, they show the treadway, that's in good shape, and the actual treadway is in good shape too. But she cried as she came through there because she could see parts of the trailway that are completely wiped out, as well as trestles and everything through there. And she did stop and talk to some town folks down in Damascus about it. And right now, she indicated they told her that they're trying to determine if they're going to rebuild it exactly the way it was to match, the old trestles that were there, or if they're just going to come back with some modern trestles to expedite things in there, because that is an economic driver for them. So the old steel trestles will take longer to acquire, longer to put up, and they are more expensive. As opposed to just building wooden, using modern methods to span across creeks and stuff like that. So that will be interesting to see how that goes. And then, of course, the Tennessee Eastman Hiking Club, they have broke through blowdowns and completed the section there from Canute's Farm past the Moreland Gap Shelter, which was damaged. And right now is not unusual, but it should be easy to be able to repair because it was just roof damage. But that goes all the way to the bitter end, which is Forest Service Road 293. So that means it's clear and continuous now from Iron Mountain Gap to points north. And that's only, to points north, which is at Nobo Mile 365. So they're in the Iron Mountain Gap, Cherry Mountain shelter area. That is bombed out, so that is still impassable through there. And we've got about 7.4 miles left to go before we have a continuous footpath all the way from Springer to Maine because of that. So that's going to take some time to do that. Part of that Iron Mountain disaster zone in there, where it's 4.6 miles, that is north of Beauty Spot going into the Iron Mountain Gap. The Eastman Hiking Club, they are taking off for Christmas, and then they're going to be back out on there on the trail and possibly tackling some of that. But there's about 400 trees that are down in that area there, so that is going to take some time to clear. Bright Eyes, who has been working with me to help with the spreadsheet that folks out there have had access to, and that link is down below, as well as the map that we've created. That link's down below as well. So she has gotten a reroute around Mountain Gap. So this reroute here basically, or Iron Mountain Gap, and the devastation there. So the reroute, there's a couple really short sections that take you on the old AT, and then you're on Forest Service roads, and then the last little bit where you come in down south of Cherry Gap Shelter, you're going to be back on the old AT for just a couple tenths of a mile. So hopefully somebody's up there flagging that so people can see that, because I do know that there are some subos that are coming through that area that are not aware of that. Right now, the SOBOs I've seen have actually been doing a shuttle around all of that, and and that's fine. The ATC allows you to do that and still get your through hiker recognition if that's something that you're important to you, recognition from the ATC. But otherwise, if there are people out there that just want a continuous footpath, and so we've got a reroute for you to do that there. This reroute does keep you in the woods and off major roads there. One of the things that the Eastman Hiking Club want to give a huge shout out to Brandon Church with the U.S. Forest Service. So he is their trail tech there in the Cherokee area, and they said that he and his 5-man crew have been busting it to get through there and get through some very difficult areas. So they have been making some major mileage through some very difficult areas. So they just want to give a shout out to Brandon. Don't know Brandon, but sounds like that he is an awesome guy, and appreciate everything he's doing out there from the National Forest Service to get that stuff cleared. So basically, to put a bow around it, everything is clear or passable, or will be by Christmas, with the exception of Iron Mountain Gap. That is going to be everything from Springer to all points north is going to be clear, except for that 4.6 section there. And there is a reroute around that keeps you in the woods on the forest. So how is that for a Christmas miracle? I mean, I'm reminded of the TV program, I can't remember what the name it was, A Wonderful Life. No, it wasn't A Wonderful Life. But anyway, the quote is from it, "Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus." Well, I'm going to say, yes, Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina, there is a Santa Claus. And because you guys have been out there busting it, then we now have a Christmas miracle. So that is awesome. Thank you for all you folks do out there. And thank you, folks out there that support me and support the channel, either through Patreon or your super thanks, or your purchase of my merchandise, or your just everything you do, your attaboys that you give me. Thank you so much for that. That keeps me going on here, and just your comments, that's what keeps me going at this week in and week out. So thanks a lot for that. Head on over here, and you can see the interviews that I had with Joe Morris of the Tennessee Eastman Hiking Club, and our discussions about trail maintainers. Some of that is very enlightening. All of it's very enlightening. And then also, you can go and check out the link there to see how far they've come with the devastation that started, and how far they've actually come from that. Folks, that's all I've got this week. As always, wait a minute. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.